Hi guys, my name is Allie and welcome to our fourth class of the College Yoga series. So the focus of today's class is going to be on both stretching the shoulders and strengthening our core. So those are two very important parts of improving your posture with a yoga practice. As students, we can often find ourselves sitting like this, hunching over, and really just not engaging our core at all with the way we're seated. And so the idea behind today's practice is to strengthen that core, to help you lift that torso, and then to open those shoulders so you can work on sitting with better posture. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Again, finding our mat, maybe a towel, carpet, whatever is best for you. And come to a comfortable seat, wiggling left and right a little bit to make sure that you feel those two sits bones rooting into your mat. Gently resting your hands on your knees and feeling the crown of the head reaching up to the sky. Starting to make those breaths a little bit bigger. Each one slightly bigger than the last. Allowing the gaze to soften, not focusing on any one particular point. And maybe allow those eyes to close. Becoming aware of the crown of the head reaching up to the sky. Feeling those lungs filling with air. And bringing a bit of awareness to the sounds around you. Noticing where you are in space. And noticing what's in your space. Simply noticing without any judgment. Carrying that breath all the way down to your belly. Filling it up with air with each inhale and squeezing that belly button back to your spine with each exhale. Taking those nice deep belly breaths. Filling up the lungs with air and exhale, releasing all of that air. Feeling the shoulders melting down the back towards the hips. The knees are gently pressing towards the earth. Starting to listen to the sounds of your own breath. And on your next inhale, go ahead and gently blink those eyes back open. Shrugging those shoulders up to your ears, and then dropping them down your back. Go ahead and take another shoulder roll. Dropping the head left and right. And then let's go ahead and come to a tabletop position. So in our tabletop position, we have our hands stacked directly beneath our shoulders, spreading those fingers nice and wide, and begin gently rocking your weight back and forth. Tucking the belly button into your spine. Pressing the weight into the tips of the fingers as you shift that weight forward. And then go ahead and find stillness, picking up those hands, turning the fingertips to face the edges of our mat. And begin rocking your weight left and right. is picking up those hands and turning the fingertips to point at the knees. And so if this stretch feels a little too intense for you, you can feel free to do it one hand at a time. Bending those elbows to add a little bit of extra intensity. And then bringing the shoulders back on top of the wrists, keeping the fingertips pointing at the knees. Go ahead and flip the hands over so that the palms are face up, and we're stretching out the backs of our wrists. Still carrying the breath all the way down to your belly. A nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead and shift your weight forward, placing those palms flat on your mat, fingertips pointing to the top. Making sure that you're in alignment, hands are directly beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. And then let's go ahead and shift our weight into our right hand, lifting the left arm up and overhead, squeezing the shoulder blades back to open up the chest, and then thread the left arm underneath the right, bringing the shoulder to rest on the mat, and extending that right arm to the top of our mat. Carrying your breath all the way to your belly. Pressing those shoulders into your earth. Another deep breath in, bringing that right hand back beneath the shoulder. And as you exhale, pressing that right palm into the mat. As you lift the left arm up and overhead, and then place it back down on the mat. Pulling those hands out a little bit. And then let's go ahead and shift our weight into that left palm. Begin lifting the right arm up and overhead. Squeezing those shoulder blades back. And then go ahead and thread the right arm under the left. Bringing the head to rest on the mat. And extending that left arm to the top of the mat. Grounding those shoulders down towards the earth. Carrying your breath all the way down to your belly. Another deep breath in, filling up those lungs with air. And as you exhale, bring that left hand beneath the shoulder. Pressing into the palm and lifting the right arm up and overhead. And then bring it back down onto the mat. Pulling those hands out a little and coming back to your tabletop position. As you inhale, begin to drop your chest towards the mat, allowing the gaze to lift up. You want to imagine that you're touching the back of your head to your tailbone. And as you exhale, go ahead and curl that tailbone under, pressing the space between the shoulder blades up to the sky. Inhale, dropping that chest down, gaze comes up. Exhale, curling that tailbone under, pressing the space between the shoulder blades to the sky. Let's do one more of each. Inhale, dropping that chest down, gaze comes up. Exhale, curling that tailbone under. And return to your neutral spine. Shifting the weight into that right palm, extending the left hand to the top of our mat. Go ahead and begin to kick that right leg back. Taking a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, simultaneously lift that left arm and right leg. Finding one long line from the left fingertip all the way back to that right heel. Inhale, stretching a little further. And as you exhale, crunching that knee in to meet the elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch it in. Extend. 2 more. Crunch it in. Extend. Crunch. Last one. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch it in. And go ahead and bring that knee and the arm onto your mat. And pull those hands out a little bit. Shifting the weight into that left hand, go ahead and extend the right fingertips to the top of the mat. Kicking that left heel back, grounding the hip onto the earth. Nice deep breath in, reaching the crown of the head a little further forward. And as you exhale, lifting the right arm and left leg. Inhale, reaching a little further. And as you exhale, crunch it in, bringing that knee to meet the elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch it in. 3 more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch it in. 1 more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch it in. And coming back to that tabletop. Wiggling the shoulders left and right. And pulling those hands out a little bit. Making sure that the hips are stacked directly on top of those knees. Begin to walk those hands to the front of your mat, allowing that chest to sink towards the earth. Maybe resting your chin on the mat, or maybe resting your forehead. Really focusing on pressing that thoracic spine towards the mat. Inhale, go ahead and snake yourself forward and bring those hands back to a tabletop position. Let's go ahead and place the elbows where the hands were, so that the hands are coming towards the top of our mats. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Pulling those shoulders back towards the hips. Go ahead and tuck those toes under and begin to press the palms into the mat as you lift those knees a few inches off of the earth. From here, you're starting to feel that core fire up, and then you're going to press those hips back and lift them up for a downward face, for a dolphin pose. Maybe playing around with how close you have those feet in. And keep pressing those shoulders back as you lift the hips up. Now you're welcome to stay just like this. And if you would like a little bit of an added challenge, shift the weight into that left foot and begin to kick that right leg up and back. Keeping the hips squared. Nice, go ahead and bring it back down. Shifting the weight into that right foot. Lifting that left leg up and back. Keep pressing those shoulders back. And then go ahead and lower that leg. Bringing those knees to the sides of the mat. And go ahead and extend those hips back for a child's pose. Resting the nose and the forehead on the earth. And breathing nice and deep all the way down to your belly. Inhale, go ahead and snake yourself on up, back to that tabletop pose. Taking a couple quick cat and cow, just to warm that spine up again. And then coming back to your tabletop, spreading those fingers nice and wide, pressing the tips of the fingers into the mat. Tucking those toes under, go ahead and lift the knees about 2 inches off the earth. Then we're gonna press our hips back on top of our heels. So the knees are still lifted. We're really pressing our hands into the earth. And then you're going to lift those hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Pedaling those knees left and right a little bit. And a great way to modify a downward facing dog is to find a soft bend in those knees so that you can work on lifting the hips up and back even more. Inhale, shift your weight forward to a high plank. Squeezing that belly button in. Shifting the weight forwards and backwards. Inhale, squeezing that belly in. And exhale, slowly lowering onto your mat. Resting one cheek on the earth. Go ahead and untuck those arms. Allow the eyes to close. Becoming aware of that heartbeat. Pressing down into the mat. Noticing the way the breath has changed in just that short yoga practice. Take a nice deep breath in, and let's go ahead and bring those arms out to the side like goalpost arms. So the shape of the arm is like this, and then we're going to rest the opposite cheek on the mat. Becoming aware of that breath traveling through the back body. Go ahead and take a nice deep breath in, bringing the forehead and the nose onto the mat. Placing those hands directly beneath the shoulders. Inhale, pressing just the chest up. Squeezing the shoulder blades back. And as you exhale, press those hips up and back for a child's pose. And that is the end of our 4th yoga class. So the idea here is that this one should be a little harder than the last couple ones we've been doing. So a great way to take this practice is to do this one maybe once or twice until you're starting to feel a little bit of sweat building up, and then you could even go back and try another one of the classes that we've already done together. And I just want to remind you that we are still going strong with our College Yoga Challenge. You still have a little over a week, about a week and a half left to win some great prizes. We have a grand prize at the very end of the entire challenge, which is going to be mats, some apparel, some blocks, some straps, even some guarantee. So make sure that you're participating, and please feel free to reach out to me with any questions, comments, or concerns. Have a great day. Namaste.